I need you to pause what you're doing right now. Seriously, stop scrolling, because what I'm about to tell you is going to sound crazy, but by the time I'm done, you're going to realize that something you've been experiencing your whole life finally makes sense. There's a word that most people are terrified to claim about themselves. They feel it, they see evidence of it everywhere in their lives, but they push it away because it sounds too big, too spiritual, too much. But what if I told you that you've been running from the most important truth about who you are? There are people walking around right now, maybe you, who have something that most people will never have. Something that opens doors, something that heals people just by being in a room with them. Something that makes their words come true. Something that makes strangers trust them instantly. Something that attracts opportunity like a magnet. And here's the thing that terrifies people. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you know you have it, you can't go back to being asleep about your own life. Most people spend their whole lives wondering, why me? Why do I feel different? Why do things work out for me in ways they don't for other people? Why do I know things before they happen? Why are people drawn to me? Why do my words seem to create reality? And the answer is sitting right in front of them, but they're too scared to look at it directly. What if the reason your life has been so unusual? What if the reason you've experienced things that defy explanation? What if the reason you feel like you're living in a different frequency than everyone around you? What if it's because you're dangerously anointed by God? And what if ignoring it has been costing you everything? Number 1 sign, supernatural favor, divine access. Let's start with the first sign. You experience what I call supernatural favor. This isn't just luck. This is when things happen for you in ways that defy logic. People who are dangerously anointed report things like job interviews where they almost didn't go, but walked out with an offer nobody saw coming. Opportunities literally falling into their lap. People going out of their way to help them and they can't figure out why. Resources appearing exactly when they need the most. Doors opening that were clearly closed for other people. The difference? Anointed people don't chase these things. The things chase them. It's like the universe, or rather God, is constantly repositioning to make space for their success. Think about it. Have you ever experienced this? That moment where you were about to give up and suddenly everything shifted? That's not coincidence. That's a marker. Drop in the comments, what's the biggest example of supernatural favor you've ever experienced? I'm reading every single one. Number 2 sign, spiritual sensitivity. You feel things others don't. Sign number 2, spiritual sensitivity. And listen, this one catches a lot of people off guard. Anointed people don't just live in the physical world. They're tuned into something deeper. You might notice, you can sense when something is off in a room, negative energy, lies, tension, before anything is said. You have dreams that come true, or dreams that feel incredibly real and meaningful. You get gut feelings that are never wrong. You can tell what someone is thinking or feeling by just looking at them. You're sensitive to spiritual atmospheres. Certain places feel heavy, others feel light. You hear things in your spirit, not voices, but sudden knowing. You feel other people's emotions like they're your own. Most people dismiss this as being too sensitive or too emotional. But what if it's actually proof that you're spiritually tuned in to a frequency most people can't access? Here's why this is dangerous anointing. This sensitivity can be overwhelming if you don't understand it. You might feel drained around certain people. You might avoid crowds. But once you understand what this is, it becomes your superpower. Tell me in the comments, do you experience spiritual sensitivity? What does it feel like for you? Number 3 sign, divine timing. Things happen at exactly the right moment. Sign 3 is so mind-bending that I almost didn't include it, but once you see it, you'll never unsee it. Divine timing. This is when your life seems orchestrated by something bigger than coincidence. Anointed people experience the right person calling right when you need them, running into someone you were just thinking about, finding exactly the information you needed, exactly when you needed it, being in exactly the right place at exactly the right time, problems solving themselves through circumstances you couldn't have orchestrated, delays that seem frustrating but later you realize saved your life. This is dangerous because once you recognize this pattern, it breaks your old worldview. You start to see that nothing in your life is random. Everything is arranged. And here's what blows people's minds. When you acknowledge this pattern, when you believe in divine timing, it seems to accelerate, as if God is saying, "Oh, you finally see me working? Let me show you more." Number 4 sign, authority over situations. Your words carry weight. Sign 4 is the one that freaks people out the most when they realize it. Anointed people have authority, not in an arrogant way, in a supernatural way. You might notice when you speak up in a room, people listen, even if you're naturally quiet. Your words seem to have power. Things you say manifest. People's energy shifts when you're around. You can sense when something is wrong, and when you address it, it changes. In conflict, your calm somehow de-escalates situations. You've told someone something would happen, and it did. People respect you without you having to demand respect. This is dangerous because with authority comes responsibility. You can't say things carelessly. Your words literally shape your reality and influence others. If you have this sign, you need to understand that what comes out of your mouth matters more than it does for other people. That's the burden of anointing. In the comments, let me know, have people ever told you that your presence or your words change something for them? Number 5 sign, magnetic impact on others. People are drawn to you. And finally, sign 5, magnetic impact. This is so powerful that I've saved it for last. Anointed people affect those around them. Strangers open up to you deeply and quickly. People seek your advice, even if you don't position yourself as an advisor. Your energy is contagious. People feel better around you. You attract loyal, quality people, even if you try to distance yourself. People remember you long after meeting you. Broken people gravitate toward you for healing. You're often in the center of things, even if you don't try to be. People want to be on your team, in your life, under your influence. Here's what's dangerous about this. You attract people who need what you have. Some will try to drain you. Others will be genuine. You have to learn discernment. Your anointing isn't just for you. It's magnetic because it's meant to affect others. God didn't anoint you to keep it to yourself. That's why it's dangerous, because now you're responsible for how you use that influence. So let's recap the 5 signs. Supernatural favor, spiritual sensitivity, divine timing, authority over situations, and magnetic impact on others. If you're seeing even 3 of these in your life, you need to wake up to what you are. You're not normal. You're not average. You're dangerously anointed. But here's the thing. Anointing without awareness is just wasted potential. Now that you know, what are you going to do with it? If this video resonated with you, please like it. Subscribe for more videos on spiritual awakening and divine purpose. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss when we drop the next one. And in the comments, I want you to answer this. Which of these 5 signs are you experiencing? And, more importantly, what are you going to do about it? Your answer might inspire someone else who's reading. Your anointing is real. Your purpose is real. And it's time to stop ignoring the signs. Don't waste another day living like you're ordinary. I'll see you in the next video. Stay anointed.